Everyone, I'm Lisa,
And I'm Jenny, and
and
we're
we're
the
the Shady
Shady
Tree
Tree Stitches.
Stitches, coming to you in perfect time lag, as usual, via Zoom, because we are not together for once.
We were supposed to be together today. Well, potentially.
We were. I was going to hold an FFO fest for my friends to FFO lots of things for Knockitober, but Jenny was the only one who could come, and she had Pilates and a few other things to do that she could have, done some massaging to get here. But in the end, we went, let's
Yeah.
just postpone it to another day. Anyway, welcome. This is season 6, episode 17 of Shady Tree Stitches Flosstube, where we talk about cross stitch. So if you're into cross stitch, welcome. If you're not and you want to find out about some, hang around. Please press the like and subscribe button so you know when we put out new videos. All right, we're going to start with a little bit of a somber announcement, but also our usual last segment, which is our, Aussie word of the week. But we want to send our condolences and thoughts and prayers to everyone in America who's in Florida, who's been affected by the hurricanes recently. It's just disastrous and catastrophic. We just can't fathom what it's like. So we really, really send our thoughts and commiserations and best wishes to you guys for a speedy recovery. And we
Yes.
decided we would tie that into our word of the week. So what is our word of the week, Jenny?
Well, so yes, in America they're called hurricanes, but sorry, that I'm just looking at Google. My page had gone. Yes, in Australia we call them hurricane cyclones, and so it's apparently what they're called depends on where the storm originates in the world. So hurricanes are tropical storms that form over the North Atlantic Ocean and the Northeast Pacific Ocean. Tropical cyclones are formed over the South Pacific and Indian Oceans, and typhoons are formed over the Northwest Pacific Ocean.
There you go. So we knew there was a difference, and we knew
Yeah.
it was the same. It's the same storm.
Yes,
Um,
they are all horizontal rotating organized systems of clouds and thunderstorms that originate over tropical waters.
there you go. So as we said, absolutely disastrous,
Yes.
hitting Florida and the other one last week hitting some of the other states. And also like the fact that it had tornadoes and things like that was more
Yeah.
deadly in itself because they were the unexpected and harder to pinpoint down ones. So all right, let's move on to happy stuff though.
I
Um,
just one other thing, the biggest difference between them is in the southern hemisphere they go clockwise and in the northern hemisphere they go anti-clockwise.
there you go. I knew it was to do with the rotation direction
Yes.
because down here in Australia, our toilets go in a different direction to yours when you flush them too. So
Yeah, and the bath water down the bath.
yeah, all the
Yeah.
water rotates
Yep.
in a different direction. Don't
Yep.
ask us why, we just know it happens. We're cross.
Gravitational pull, I guess.
There you go. Jenny's a bit more scientific than me. I'm just a cross stitcher and designer and things like that. So what would I know? All right. So anyway, let's get into our cross stitching like we normally do that first. Um, Today is a bit of a summary of what I've been stitching for the last 2 weeks, and it's Jenny's sort of we're catching up with her official data. So my
Yep.
first question to Jenny, do you have any finishes?
Not quite.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute.
Almost.
I have to ring my own bell because in Knockitober,
Yeah, hey.
I finished Savannah's curtsy and she's done with a Gutermann pink sparkly thread. I picked my own beads. I don't know if you can see on the top of her
Yes.
bows. I used some sparkly green beads and some pink beads to match. And she is finished.
Hey.
So she's ready to get framed, I think in a nice wooden frame and get hung in my front hallway or maybe in the cottage garden. Paddock Lane Designs cottage.
The cottage in the garden.
The
Yes.
cottage in the garden for Paddock Lane's Designs office. So that is her. But wait, I have 2 finishes so far in Knockitober. I finished my Mrs. Parkman's School of Needlework. Um, it's meant to be an ABC Husclough using a whole bunch of different stitches, but I divided it up
Up,
into
move it
different
up a bit,
pages.
move it up a bit. Yep, yep, yep.
Sorry. How about that? Is that better?
Yep, yep.
Okay. So I divided it up into 6 different pages
Uh-huh.
to get the alphabet and all the stitches. I should have made myself big for this bit. Silly me.
That's all right.
So a whole bunch of different stitches, including this really weird one here. Can you
Yeah, I was
see
going to
it?
say that end looks.
Yeah, it's a turkey stitch, and I'd never even heard of it or done it, and I don't know. Well, I might do it again. I don't know. I will never say never. Can you see? I've had to
Oh,
actually chop, so I had to make loops and then chop them off. It's not the neatest version of a turkey stitch, but and it
ooh.
makes a fluffy. So if you're doing hair or something, it could be quite interesting. So now I just have to FFO it into its book. Um, yes. All right, Jenny, let me fix this for you now so that we can actually see people when they talk. Do you have any stitching?
Yes, a little bit. Since the retreat. So I've been doing some more work on my Colburn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very close, but it's not quite a finish yet. So this is where I'm up to now. So as you
Oh,
can
yes.
see, I've even done most of the, well, it's not back stitch, it's long straight stitch.
Yeah.
It's very faint. It's in between some of the
Mm.
daisies and filling in some of the green bits. So I've still got a little bit more of that to do. I've got to finish this over this side, and then decide, do I put maybe I just put my initials rather than the year because
Well, you don't need the year. Yeah.
it says 2022 just because I started it in 2023. I started it last year in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have a photo of me stitching it at the laundromat in Italy.
Okay. That's good. All right. So that's
So
Jenny's.
very, very close. So that's all. So I haven't done a lot of stitching this month yet. Um, since I came back from daisy chain. So I did do a little bit after that, but not a lot. Um, and then yeah, this month has just been really, really busy so far. So yes, so that's I've done 100 stitches so far this month. Um, and I did about two. I did about 500 and something stitches on it last month. Um, so yeah, so it's getting very close. But overall, so I'll just show you I put one of the stickers Lisa gave me from
Lovely.
for August. So in August, I had 11 days of stitching because we were on the cruise. Only 587 stitches, but that was lots of work on my Teresa Wentzler. So that's why that's a low number. And then for September, I peeled the JK sticker off. I can't remember what, but something. And then that was one of the stickers that we got from Daisy Chain in the goodie bag last year. So I thought that they were appropriate stickers for my September page. So September I had 12 days of stitching, and my best month so far, because I had 2 retreats and a week of holiday in
Holidays.
between,
Yes.
1,437. So still not huge, but
Oh, for you, that's good though.
it's yeah. So my previous best was, I think, it was March, looks like. Yeah. March was 1,300. This is 1,400, so a little bit better. And
Awesome.
March was lots because I was trying to get my family Quaker piece finished for the Easter show.
Mm-hmm. When you have a deadline, you do work better. All right.
I make stitching a higher priority and ignore some of the other things that I should be doing.
We all do that. Okay, well, my stitching, I have been busy and I've been being driven by the 2 events of Knockitober and Survivor, both in Whip Warriors. All the planning and everything is going full steam ahead, ready to get ready for 2025. So it's been very much in my mind for that. Plus, been on school holidays, so I've had extra stitching time. So the three pieces that I was working on for my Survivor was my Savannah, which
Yes.
got finished. So when it got finished, I changed it to
Ooh.
my Blueberry Homecoming, which is on my list to try and finish.
Yes, you've
As you
added
can
all
see.
those people in
Yes, but
and started.
I made a big boo-boo down the bottom,
Oh,
and I'm not wanting to unpick it. So where are you? There. I started my blueberry under this man, forgetting it was meant to start under this man.
oh.
But I think I've got a workaround, and that is I'm going to turn it into Blueberry Farm instead of Blueberry Homecoming. Blueberry Farm will fit.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. Because it's such a dark blue, it's going to leave residue on the fabric.
Yeah.
So
The other one would be to put the homecoming underneath blueberry.
yes, that's true. I could, but I don't have a lot of room.
No, no.
Um,
So farm might work because I mean it doesn't need to be exactly the same as your
no,
raspberry.
no, it doesn't have to be. They're just going to be,
Yeah,
framed next to each other is the theory.
yeah.
So I did about 1,400 stitches on that to get that to where it is now, and somewhere here I'll put where it was before. I never remember if the picture goes here or here. So anyway, sorry
Oh,
about
I'm
that.
assuming saying that, I'm assuming that you took it off me being big.
Well, I'm hoping I'm big.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm hoping. It should be
Okay.
whoever's talking is flashing up big at the moment.
Okay.
Um,
Not for me, but that's okay. And also you're sounding just a little bit crackly sometimes. I don't know.
okay, it's probably the earpiece again. Thank you.
Yeah.
See if that's better. Thank you for letting me know. Um, yes, this poor old laptop is not the best for the filming, but it's the best for the zooming.
Hmm.
Okay. The second one that I've been working on is my Lavender Farm
Uh-huh.
um, by Cure Cure, and I did about 1,000 stitches on it. Now, I can't see where I am. How's that looking, Jenny?
Yep.
There we go.
I know you've stitched farm, but I can only just see it. It must be very
Yes,
pale.
it's in white and it's very
Okay.
pale. It's fine in person, and I think
Yeah.
when it finishes getting because there's a funny story to the stitching the farm. There's the
That's why I
farm.
said I know you've stitched
Yes,
it. Yes, yes, you can see
I
them
had
going close.
I'd run out of thread halfway through the M, so it literally looked like fart. And as I was stitching everything else around it, it was driving me nuts because I'd catch it out of the corner of my eye, and it's like I want to stop looking at fart. And I posted the picture for the girls to see on who were on Zoom with me, and so other people like Jenny just got this picture flash up on the chat saying lavender fart, and they went, "That says lavender fart." It's like exactly that's the point. So yeah, it now says farm, but I've only got this much to go. So you can see that I've gone to the edge.
Yeah.
So I've just got to continue the border across and down the side, and there's a big vase of lavender there.
Mhm.
So, it's still got a good chance to, head towards the finish this month too.
Yeah, although that looks like it's got a lot more to do than blueberry.
Yeah, well, it's going to be sort of a bit dependent on the teams and how they go in the survivor because each of these pieces is to do with a
Ah,
team.
yeah.
And at the moment, whoever gets evicted gets 300 stitches. Whoever wins reward gets 300. No, whoever gets immunity gets 300 stitches, but whoever wins reward gets an extra 500 stitches. So one team gets 800 basically at the moment.
Hmm.
I also was a good girl, thanks to the lovely Debbie who's keeping me in track. And I did 217 stitches on my Veronique Inga Christmas tree.
It doesn't look like the bottom bit looks like Christmas tree, but the bit above it doesn't look like pastries yet.
No, it doesn't, but that's okay. It's getting there. I'm way behind, but I did discover something really weird that I did to myself on this. I
Uh-huh.
thought I was doing this on a 28 count. It's a
Uh-huh.
tw it's a 25 count. So it's really, I don't know if you can see, it's quite big. So it's
Um,
going to be a really big Christmas tree. I'm doing 2 over 2 on 25 count, people.
uh-huh.
Anyway, that's what I'm doing. And the last one I've been working on is my Pumpkin Scarecrow, which is a new release for November for the retreats. Um, and so I've been, let me see if I can give you a little bit of a sneak peek. Look, you can see the pumpkin there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
It kind of looks a little bit like a teapot with the bit up the
Yeah, at the moment. Well, I haven't finished it. I mean, I'm
No, no, no.
working on it. So yeah, I've been working on that quite a lot, and I really need to get that finished this month. So, there's a potential of 1 to 3 more finishes this month, depending on how I go. I think everything else is pretty much going to go by the wayside because I want to focus on Knockitober. So there we go. I can put it back to 2 of us now. There we go. Yes. There is also a view called multi-speaker. So if any of you viewers know the difference between which one I should set it on when we're filming, please let me know. I would love to learn. Okay, so that basically covers my plans.
Oh, okay.
And your plans is finishing that.
Yes.
We're both planning to get together today and Zoom and stitch and hopefully get, Jenny get a finish.
Yes.
I don't promise to get a finish today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that then brings us to stash acquisition.
Yes. Well, mine, it's not stitching, but it's stitching related. I bought myself a new, so this is from Officeworks. It's supposed to be one of those like cable organizer kind of things, but I like it because it's hard. So it will fit my glasses in it because my
Oh,
glasses are only in a soft, but then I've got all
nice.
my stitchy bits. So I've put a couple of um floss rings with a little bit of floss bling. I've got a pair of scissors. I've got some couple of needles. I've got a thread cutter. One of the little pop up Ort things from Sassy Pouch, pen and highlighter. My county thingy, thread hopper thingies. So yeah, and then there is room. I've put my glasses in for today. I will obviously take them out again. But yeah, so that can be my travel one. So I'll go through all of my stuff and see what I've got duplicates of that I could keep tucked in here. So yeah, and then it just zips up. But it's so pretty.
It is pretty. Look at that. That's gorgeous.
So I think it was like $25 or something from Officeworks.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yes.
I only have one bit of haul for this week, and that is my September 2024 Silks for You silks of the month, and they're in a beautiful shade of pink.
Ooh.
But I was thinking I'm actually seeing Jamie up at the Crossstitches of Brisbane retreat in a few weeks' time, and I'm going to talk to her about whether or not I've got the whole selection now. Like I feel like I've sort of got this of all the colours. Yeah,
Like the graduated packs of yeah.
which is fine. Like there's only so many of these because I can't design with them. I can
No.
use them; they're beautiful. But because I want to design with it, I'm probably better off to save my money and just buy the actual regular silks in hanks to design with. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay, that then brings me to Paddock Lane Designs news. And that's quite a bit of Paddock Lane's Designs news. As I said, I have successfully launched my Patreon and it's being very well received, which is wonderful. We've had our first fabric of the month go out to the people. We've had our first ornament kit. I can actually show you one of them. So what I'm offering some months is the finishing kit for the ornament. So you get everything you need to finish to stitch the ornament, the bit of fabric, the threads, and all the finishing supplies. So that's something that's an optional available in the secret shop. I've heard other Patreon people call it a secret shop. There's actually like a shop that's in the Patreon that only Patreon members can shop from. So there's going to be lots of different exclusives and things in there, as well as some new first dibs on different things. I've got some new products coming out because I am heading off in November to 3 retreats, which is fantastic. It's a Paddock Designs Palooza Fest. So I'm going up to the Cross Stitches of Brisbane on the first weekend with Jenny. We're having a road trip. The second weekend I'm going down to...
It will be my first interstate retreat.
Oh, Jenny's first road trip interstate. It's going to be super fun.
Well, first road trip interstate for a cross stitch retreat. I have travelled a fair bit across Australia already, but yes.
Yes. And I also then I'm heading down the next weekend down to Druin in Victoria.
And then you're going down.
And then I
you're
get a
going a
weekend
little
off.
bit west.
Then I get a weekend off, and then I'm going down to the Stitching in the Mountains with Mojo Stitches again for our summer retreat. So 3 totally different retreats. But the similar thing for me is, apart from fun and laughter and stitching, which is always the highlight, is I am one of the main shops at each of them that is going. So I have to take my full range. So Jenny's madly getting her little needle minders together so that the Garden Paths Crafts needle minders can come with me again, because they've been on a bit of a hiatus. But I also...
Too many other things going on.
Yeah, I also did do a couple of extra little things that I've been planning to do for ages and I just hadn't got to. So I finally made some scissor fobs. So beaded,
sparkly.
Yep, sparkly beaded scissor fob. This one is for all those cat lovers out there. And look, it's got a... Can I get the right one to show you? Probably not.
Cat bum.
Cat bum. So, scissor fobs, zipper pulls. And then this idea got from the JK's one, and I showed you, is the thread unwinder, like the thread separator. So I have made my own version of them, and all you do is you clip on the thread. Right, this is my one. And then it's very hard to show you with lack of height again. It holds the bottom, spins around beautifully while it separates your thread. So they will be available at the retreats as a new product specifically for the retreats, and I'm being very excited, having fun building them. So they are my 3 Paddock Lane Designs accessories. But I did also launch, and I'm launching it bigger this year, is my diary, my cross-stitch diary that I hoped I would have the actual one to show you, but people have been getting them because I designed a Whip Warriors one specific for Whip Warriors that we flipped through last time.
Yes.
But I just thought I'd give you a quick flip through. This is for the regular people if you're interested. Again, just black and white. It's got the same sort of format minus, see, it's got just a plain pretty front for each month. And then all the weeks put your stitches and then notes. So there you go. That's and that's called Crossstitch Diary, available on Amazon. They're about $13 Australian, and you can get them anywhere in the world. It was really interesting. My Whip Warriors one has had some sales in the UK, lots in America, and some in other, which I know is Australia.
Oh, great. We're the other. Right.
Yes. But admittedly, that's probably because I put that one in the American market, whereas this one I put in the Australian market. So, yeah. So if you're interested in a diary, it is a bit bigger than this one in size. It's probably up to there. So it's a little bit bigger than the A5. It's just short of an A4. Bit smaller than an A4 for Australians who understand the A's and what I'm talking about. That's something apparently that's different as well. So, yes, so it's a little bit bigger in size, but the same idea, same great quality. You order it direct from Amazon, it gets delivered to you within about 2 days, it seems, which is just crazy to get a book printed and delivered within about 2 days. So, yeah, like people have got their diaries before I've even got my proof diaries. I know, go figure. So it's all good. I know it's fine. I also have another one to show you, but available on Amazon is actually my first cross-stitch design book. I've actually released a book. Let's see, can I find it to show you? Um, let's see if I can. Just sorry while I'm. Um,
Well, while you're looking for that, I just thought while I'm sitting here,
yeah,
it's a previous finish, very small one. It was a kit from Lincraft ages ago. Just teeny tiny little bit of cross stitch and back stitch. But yeah,
awesome. And I have a
here
beautiful thing behind.
in my craft room.
I have
Yes,
a bit.
I'm sitting on the floor today because I thought this is a nicer backdrop than the mess everywhere else in the room because that's my desk and that's Lisa's bed. So I thought that the
Yes.
backdrop of all my craft books is better.
Well, that does make sense. Um, yeah, I'm not sure I can find that one today, but anyway, you'll have to wait till next time to see it when I have the actual book. But I have actually put together all my original ornaments. You know, those really easy, simple ornaments that were sets of different animals. I put all them into a book. Look, there's my pretty for today. You've got
Oh,
what is she? Summer. Yep. She's not quite the right one. I should have spring up, but summer. I think I've only done summer and autumn at the moment, so she's probably is
yeah.
close. Yeah, so that's what I've got. So yeah, Paddock Land Designs news, lots happening. Also, super exciting. I would like to publicly announce that we are hosting a Australian online event on the Australia Day weekend called the Great Australian Cross Stitch Shindig. And it is a virtual event where you will get to come and meet Australian design cross stitch designers, and potentially one New Zealand one. I mean, I always do like to include New Zealand in Australia because they do call us their West Island. So
And we called the
the Little East Islands, yes.
yes.
So
Yeah.
they are our cousins and part of the family as well. So
Oh
when
yeah,
I
yeah.
say Australia, I do actually mean New Zealand as
Australia and New
well.
Zealand. Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, so the Great Australian Cross Stitch Shindig, we've got a lineup of designers ready. I will be starting some marketing and letting you know who and what and then everything. But keep the date free. It's an online event. It'll be run through Zoom, so you don't need anything other than an entry ticket to get in. And the entry tickets are going to be $10. That will give you access to designers for the weekend. We're going to have each designer is going to provide a pattern that you will get for attending, as well as we're going to put together an ornament, a smalls book of other patterns. There also will be Australian cross stitch vendors, people who sell things so that you know who they are and what they do. There'll be like a show and tell. You'll get to meet and greet. You'll get to meet and greet other stitchy friends from across the globe. So it is a global event, but
Yes.
you know, and focusing, showcasing all that Australia has to offer in the cross stitch industry. So I'm super excited to announce that it is happening, and there will be lots more coming at you from that. Also, Australian Flosstubers, we were really saddened, a couple of us, to hear at one of the retreats recently that there aren't any Australian cross tubers. There sure are. And I mean, Jenny and I have proven that to you because we interview them everywhere we go. So we're going to be getting them involved too. So if you're an Australian floss tuber and you're keen to find out more, reach out to me and I will let you know. I know your channels, but I don't necessarily know your emails to send you the invite link. So please send me your email address, Australian Floss Tube Friends, and I will send you the form so that you can find out about what's involved, and we can have a great fun of collaborative cross stitching.
So you said as you've said it's the Australia Day long weekend. So for those who don't know, that's Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th of January.
But it might actually be Sunday, Monday because Monday's
Yeah, yeah,
public holiday.
yeah.
So yes, and it's going to go for the two days, I think, and we'll get all the details to you during the course of upcoming months. But it's the sort of thing that you can pop in and out whenever you want to. I'm endeavouring to have some bits recorded so that you can watch them at your leisure. So it'll be great value for money and lots of fun. So come and join us and have a great time. All right, I think that's all we've got for today.
One more thing.
Yep.
Shout out to our
Oh,
friend Michelle. Michelle from Shady Tree Stitches and Paddock Lane Designs. It's
Yep.
her birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Michelle.
Michelle.
Actually, talking of shout outs, you reminded me. My floss tube shout outs of who I've been watching.
Yes. Well,
Um,
I've been doing my usual Mama Loves You GB.
yeah,
She's been to Stitch in London, which is very exciting. And also, I think we might have inspired her, but Patchy Pony Stitcher did one.
yes,
So,
yes.
oh,
I
and I think Nitty Nat did another one too. I
yes,
haven't watched hers
Nitty,
yet.
yes, Nitty Nat did one, and Patchy Pony, which was really good. All right, in the last week, who have I watched? I watched Garon Stitchery, Nitty Nat, Stitching by the Store, Laura, Just Keep Stitching, Patchy Pony. Then I watched Lala D Stitches, Cross Stitch the Globe. I watched all of the Nicola Parkman tutorials while I was finishing that piece. Strange that. I also watched Peggy Still Stitching, and then I watched a couple of newer ones to me. Um, I watched the Northwood Stitcher, the Story Stitcher, Flossabilities,
Oh, yes.
and also Rose Crafty Corner. And Rose Crafty Corner are a Australian cross stitch group that I have mentioned before. That is a pair of girls like us. In fact, the only other pair of girls I know that does a floss tube in Australia, and they are really organised, very consistent, have their format, and lots of fun to watch. So shout out to all those people. I enjoyed all of them. They're all good people to watch. So enjoy. All right, guys. Well, until we see you um, at the end of the month,
For our road
probably.
trip.
Yes.
Yes. Because the road trip is the end of the month, beginning
Wow.
of November. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that means we'll be doing a challenge chat at the road trip. That'll be fun.
Well, we could do it on the road.
We could. That'd be super fun. That'll be interesting. You can see some scenery while we talk about what we're doing. Anyway, we'll work on that, guys. Until then,
Yeah.
happy stitching, everyone.
Happy stitching.